Hi, welcome to the energy forecast for February 2024. My name is Tara Joy and I am an energy intuitive. In this video, I'm going to bring through information for you about the energy of February and what to expect. Ready to get into it? Let's go. The first theme is all about showing up for yourself. So, we've often shown up for other people when they need us. We show up for family, friends, coworkers, whoever's in your life that you love, you always show up for them. And it became clear from my guides that it's now time to show up for yourself. It's time to start asking for help if you need help. It's time to get over that false belief that asking for help means you are weak. And this is happening on a collective level. And what's really coming through is that there's deep opportunity for healing in this time to show up for yourself. So in the past, we also may have felt, mild burnout or overwhelm when we're planning to go and do something for ourselves, and allow that burnout and overwhelm to stop us from going and doing the things that help recharge us, that help ground us, that help bring us to that aligned space. And so they're really wanting us to show up for ourselves, go to the yoga class, do the meditations, go for walks in nature, and really put ourselves first. And for a lot of us who are in the intuitive, empathic, highly sensitive community, that's difficult. Well, let's clear that. It's challenging to put ourselves first because we want to do so much for other people. So, show up for yourself in February and the rest of 2024. The second thing is deep heart opening. So, if you've been on this journey for a while, you will have noticed over the past few months, the past few years, that there's heart opening, deep heart opening, especially for people who are sensitive, who are empaths, who are connected to realms other than what we can see in our physical space. What does that mean? So it means going deeper into our heart space. It means instead of thinking logically and analytically, we're going into how things feel for us. How do things feel for others who are around us? And with February 14th being in this month, there is a collective celebration of, loved ones and being loved. And going back to the first theme of showing up for yourself, they're also asking, self-love. How can you respect and honor yourself more? What can you do for yourself out of self-love? Can you do a ritual or celebration that celebrates you? And I know this is something I struggle with, like celebrating me. And we all deserve to be celebrated. So during this month, take note of when you're not putting or you're not honoring yourself, and remember to honor yourself. And also take note of when you go into old patterning of maybe some negative thoughts or negative self-talk loops, and put that compassionate voice on that, because we're really going into a deeper heart opening, and and you're going to feel it not only in February but continuing through 2024 and beyond. This is a theme that's come up in a lot of past channels that I've done, and I feel it's going to keep being a recurring theme as the collective heart is opening and we're looking at things from new perspective, from a place of compassion and empathy. The third piece of information that came through was shifting connections and communities. Yeah, as we collectively evolve, grow, and get to know ourselves more, each of us will find that our interests change, our hobbies change, the social circles, who we hang out with, how much time we spend with different social networks will shift and change, and that's a natural thing. But what came through was that you'll be surprised how many like-hearted people are in your own area. We tend to think that, and I'm guilty of this too. We think that there's no one like us where we are, in this small community, in this small town, in this city. In my case, in a city in the east coast of Canada, I didn't think I could find anyone who spoke light language or understood my opinions and perspectives on things or what was happening to me. When new insights and intuition were coming through and I knew things and didn't understand why I knew things, I felt I would have to connect with people in, California or Arizona or, pick any place. And I thought I would have to go out of my way and nobody here would understand. When in reality, when I opened up to invite like-hearted people in, they started showing up in my social networks, in the places I decided to go and explore with this new perspective. And now I have a very strong, supportive community around me. So this is what they're wanting for each one of us, is to find that community, find that tribe where you fit in, you feel seen and heard and understood, and so that it makes it easier when you're with the people who don't always understand, which often will be family or coworkers, people who you can't or don't want to take out of your life, but you are going to interact with them. They're not always going to accept and believe the same things you do, but having that community that does is a game changer. And you might find also that people you never would have expected to have similar beliefs actually do. As soon as I started opening up about my intuitive gifts and like rituals and ceremonies that I might do, a whole bunch of people came out from my existing network of friends and acquaintances that, they also had crystals. They also did, full moon ceremonies or a ritual of some kind, or meditated or believed in spirituality and had beliefs beyond what is everyday office talk, I guess is the way to say it. So really be open to that is what the main message is. Be open to shifting communities, shifting connections, and new people are going to be arriving into your life, but they are reminding that you have to show up for yourself in order to do it. So by showing up for yourself is when the opportunity of new connections will come in. The fourth item that came up was cycle breaking. So we're always having old energy patterns come up and try and restarting. And the more in tune with yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the more aware you are when these patterns start to kick in. So for me, it's perfectionism, imposter syndrome, codependency that want to start operating again. And when these energies are at play, I feel like the low confidence come in, anxiety, second guessing every single action or decision. And the Virgo full moon near the end of the month will really challenge these old energy patterns and cycles. So be aware of how you're second guessing yourself. What are your energy patterns that are beginning to repeat? And just be compassionately curious about them. You know, where's the root of this energy pattern? Can I see the root of it? And what does my body and my soul and my energy need to shift that energy? And when we shift these energies, it feels so amazing, because it actually takes more energy to suppress and repress old emotions than to let them go. And it feels counterintuitive. Like, we don't want to let them go. What if I don't ever stop crying? What if? But when you allow these cycles to be broken and create a new cycle, once you're aware of the cycle, then where the point is where you go back into it, when you notice it and break it, you get to decide how it plays out and what your energy and emotions will do. And that's very empowering. And you literally feel so much lighter when you shift that energy, because all of that old stagnant energy that you've been carrying with you, often unconsciously, is gone. And when we move something out, it allows new energy to come in. And when you do it from a place of compassion for self and awareness, amazing things start to happen. So keep an eye on your own cycles and where you're repeating patterns, energy patterns, patterns in relationships, emotional patterns, and just take note of them, especially around the full moon, because I feel that energy is going to be really powerful for an opportunity to shift some big cycles for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who watches any of my videos. And if you liked it, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to be notified when new videos come out. And doing that helps other people like you find this video who can benefit from the information that I bring through. And if you'd like to connect on other social media platforms, there's information down in the description below on how to connect through those. Or if you'd like to book a one-on-one intuitive reading, Akashic record reading, or energy healing session, you can do that through my website below. I hope you have an amazing month and And until next time, remember, you are the magic.